Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing an Outlaw Trails advice video on more story ideas, and I've been doing Outlaw Trails videos on this channel for a long time, and now I'm starting to do advice, and there's a good reason. I'll get to it in a minute. But before I do, if you enjoy my content, it would really help me out if you could hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, share my content on all of your social media platforms, and post a comment or two. Remember, I welcome your comments, even if you disagree with me. If you enjoy a good book, check out my author page on Amazon.com. My pen name is H.L. Anderson. You can find all of my books there. And I'm doing this Outlaw Trails advice video because the actual tabletop role-playing game Outlaw Trails is set to be released March 1st. You can get it, and you can actually play it with your friends, with your family and friends. That's what it's designed for. And if you've never played a role-playing game before, that's okay. I designed it for any level of experience, from beginning players to the experienced players. Anybody can get this game and within a few hours run it with their family. Okay, it's simple and easy to learn, and it's just the old west, good old fashioned shoot 'em up, fist fighting westerns. You cannot go wrong with that. So here we go. The release date for the real role playing game Outlaw Trails is set for March 1st. Barring any unforeseen circumstances, everyone in the world will be able to purchase the game and a set of dice. You have to get dice to go with it, and I'm not selling the dice, I'm just selling the book. The dice are gaming sets. As you can see them on my arm in the picture there. My wife did that tattoo. She's amazing. You need a D20, a D12, two D10s, a D8, a D6, and a D4. That's it. They come in sets like that. You can get them online. They're fairly cheap. $12, I think. 10, $12. You can get them cheaper at the dollar store. Anyway, get the book and the dice, and you'll be able to play the game literally forever with your family and friends. If you are new to tabletop role-playing games, then I am here to help. If you find yourself struggling to come up with story ideas, check out my Outlaw Trails videos on my YouTube channels. Other sources of inspiration can come from decades of old TV series and movies. I did a video a few weeks ago where I listed story ideas for adventures in the Old West. This video is a continuation of that video. All right, the player characters could sign. Now, there's a differentiation there, players and player characters. The player is the person sitting at the table playing the game with you. The player character is his playing piece in the game. That's his character that he's running in your game. Okay? The player characters could sign up for a cattle drive. They will need to outfit for the drive, pick out, or possibly, even break ponies for the remuda. A remuda is a group of horses that the cowboys can choose their mounts from. That way, because the remuda is a herd of horses that cowboys can use as cow ponies. These are all trained as cow ponies, and each cowboy will need to pick out 2 or 3 of them as remounts. Working cattle is difficult, and horses get tired too. If you ride the same horse every day, that horse is going to be dead. Okay, it's a lot of hard work. The actual drive should be filled with danger and obstacles both within the drive and without. You can, wild animals, bears, mountain lions, wolves will go after the cattle. You can have rustlers, other cattle barons who own land don't want you driving your cattle to market because you'll flood the market and the price of their cattle will go down. There's 1,000 different ways to do that. I reckon that there's a good example of a cattle drive was on the TV series, a mini series called The Sackets. Go check that out. As I said, the actual cattle drive should be filled with danger and obstacles both within the drive and without. You could have other cowboys don't like the player characters and want to fight them or whatever. Cattle drives last for weeks, possibly months, and is a sun-up to sundown affair. Research cattle drives and how they operated. A little bit of research will let you know what's going on. Pay would be about $1 a day plus meals, plus a bonus at the end for how many cattle made it to the destination. And many cattle outfits hire on extra cowboys for the drives. So it's a good way to get the characters introduced into the game if you want to start that way. Another one, a federal judge could advertise for deputies or a posse to deliver prisoners to trial. There will be a prison wagon and another wagon for supplies. There should be 2 to 3 prisoners, suitably dangerous guys who are being transported in multiple dangers along the way. These dangers should include the gang of outlaws who will be eager to break the gang members out. Maybe the leader who happens to be in the prison wagon is the only one who knows where the loot is buried. You could there's 100 different ways you could put that in there. Maybe the guy's girlfriend hired these guys to break him out of jail for her. I don't know. I mean, again, use your imagination. The plots are there. You just got to come up with them. Maybe the player characters are hired on to work a crew built with a crew building a bridge across a ravine for a freight line. The company's opposition would want them stopped. Maybe local Native Americans and First Americans must be dealt with either by parley, persuasion, or violence. Maybe the Indians don't want the American Indians, the Native Americans. I'm going to call them First Americans. We'll call it good. Maybe the First Americans don't want that bridge there. Maybe they're going to try to stop it. You never know. Maybe a town gets word that a ruthless gang is coming to rob the bank, and the sheriff arranges to be out of town. The banker has to hire the player characters to guard the bank. That's a possibility. That happens fairly frequently. It's one thing to pin on a 10-star. It's another thing to actually get shot at, Anybody can break up a fight or, patrol a town. Catch a robber trying to break into a place. It's when the bullets start flying, that's when the sheriffs get nervous. And remember, they don't make that much money. Maybe there's a bank robbery and the sheriff needs a posse to trail the outlaws and return the money. The player characters could negotiate for a fee of 10 to 15% of the total loot recovered. You never know. Or maybe a straight, we'll pay you $100 to come with us, that kind of thing. $100 in the Old West was a lot of money. The list of possibilities is literally endless. Remember, as the game master, your one goal is to make sure the players have fun. They must be challenged, and the threat of their character's death should be real and palpable. Remember to roleplay each NPC. That's the people who are an NPC is a non-player character. Anybody who's not the player's characters. Anybody in the world that's not being run by a player is an NPC. As a game master, you have to run each and roleplay each NPC encounter and give them all distinct personalities. Roleplay is the meat and potatoes of this game. This game is centered around roleplay. Play the part. And anyway, if you have any other comments or whatever, any questions, put them down there. I will try to answer them as best I can. If none of these ideas pique your interest, there's 100 years of old westerns, both on TV and in movies, for you to choose from, and they're all good. I have a hard time finding a bad western. Let me rephrase that. It's difficult to find a bad western, but you can. I have found a few. I don't talk about them. We'll just leave it at that. I hope this finds everybody well, and I hope you enjoy Outlaw Trails. Remember, it's coming out on March 1st, so everybody can get it. You folks have a good one. God bless one and all.